Okay, members, I have taken note that there are still some concerns. As leader of government business in government, I promise that we shall go and put those issues right. The health sector, I want to assure you and tell you that government will continue to upgrade health center 2s to health center 3s. Already 17 health center 3s are in upgraded to one health center 4 that is in Koboko has been upgraded to a hospital, and Yumbe district got a regional hospital that is under Ministry of Health. And we promise that we shall continue to work on your health facilities. Provision of water and sanitation. I know the minister was invited. I believe she's not, has he already presented? But let me tell you that currently access to safe water in urban centers, including town councils in West Nile, is at 72%. Yes. Government plans to increase this access to in city and urban areas and 85% in rural areas by the year 2030. To achieve this, government phase 1 and 2, which is providing clean and safe water to the people in those areas. Under Minister of Agriculture, I know the minister is here. Do we have anybody from the Minister of Agriculture? He has already presented. So we are going to have and provide irrigation schemes in a number of areas. I found when the Commissioner in the Ministry of Education was presenting, and I know he has done the needful. Honorable members, allow me welcome. Please join us. Stand up so that we can welcome. DJ, is it for to put us in the mood? Madam Vice President, you are welcome. Your Excellency the Vice President, the Honorable Ministers, the leaders of West Nile, you are welcome to Arua City. You came at a time when I was presenting my paper. The Vice President has been here since yesterday. We have been with the President in Madio Okoro. Madam President, so let's put hands together to access the Vice President. Your Excellency the Vice President, I know the coordinator of our past development model is here, and I'm told he has already presented. So I will not dwell much on that. Agro-industrialization, you are aware that we want to add value So the president directed that we come up with industrial parks across the country. And one of those industries are going to be in this part of the country. In conclusion, Your Excellency the Vice President, I once again express my sincere gratitude to the President of the Republic of Uganda, his continued visionary leadership and guidance, and thank the people of this part of the country for the dedicated support they have given our President, the government, especially the leaders, from Local Council 1 to Local Council 5 and members of Parliament. The President has delegated me to go to Hoima. We lost Bishop Baharagati. Burial is tomorrow, and they told me to be there by 10. And I know I cannot travel tomorrow, and I make it there at that time. Your Excellency, Vice President, to allow me to start my journey now. You will inform the President. At least I know he's aware that he's the one who has delegated me to go to Hoima. Thank you so much, members, for God and my country.
Thank you very, very much, Right Honorable Prime Minister Majegere, for the wonderful presentation. Let us clap for the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. My people of West Nile, I did mention clearly to you that the entire government is and will be in West Nile. I now want to announce that indeed in West Nile. Let's start by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He's in our soil. Let's clap for him. Let us also clap for the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Major Retired Jessica Alupo. Let us clap for Majegere, who has spoken, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. She is here. And all our ministers who have come all the way from Kampala to West Nile. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been joined by religious leaders. We have the Bishop, His Grace, the Bishop of Madi and West Nile Diocese, Bishop Collins Andaku. Let's clap for him. We have also been joined by the District Cadi of Arua. Please let's put our hands together and clap for the District Cadi. You're welcome, District Cadi. You can stand up for recognition. The Bishop of Madi and West Nile, the Catholic Bishop, has delegated a very competent man of God. I'd like to ask him to stand up. I haven't grasped his names very well, but let us clap for him. The Vicar General. Okay, that is another general in the religious faith. The Vicar General, please stand up again and we clap for the Vicar General of Arua Diocese. So we also have generals in the religious faith. So General Motesari, don't feel threatened. These generals only carry the Bible, and their sword is more dangerous than the military gun. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President is about to join us. But before he comes, we want to finish the program. I know that you have many questions that you like to ask. I would therefore like to ask that we have the last presentation. After that, we'll open up for questions. And then the answers will come, and we wait for His Excellency the President to give us his message securing your future through wealth creation. So that said, are there NRMs in this room? If you're NRM, way! If you're NRM, put your fingers up. Makofi, kale piga makofi. Makofi, piga makofi. NRM, chapa makofi. Now, let us put our hands together properly to receive the Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, the Mighty Party. Let us also put our hands together to receive the Government Chief Whip, Honorable Dennis Obua. Right Honorable Secretary General, I will kindly request all the SEC members, if you have your time last, if this party NRM has done wonders in West Nile, if they have, should continue supporting tools. Please come and tell us, because we also want you to encourage us to remain in the party, isn't it? Some people at the borderline, so we need to hear from you how you're going to encourage them to remain in the party, and we recruit more members. So, Secretary General, you're most welcome. This program is going to be moderated by a member of Parliament. But perhaps before I get the one who is going to moderate the program, allow me to recognize the following members of Parliament who came and joined us when we had already started the program. The first one I'm recognizing is not a member of Parliament, but is Igwe. Igwe General Tabani, you're most welcome. Please, you can wave to your people. We thank God that you're healthy. We are very, very grateful. That is Igwe. You're most welcome. We were joined by the Honorable Jachano March, the former Minister of Finance, General Duties. I want to ask him to stand up and wave. We were also joined by the former Minister of State for Energy, Honorable Dujang. Dujanga. My in-laws keep on reminding me that I should say Dujanga. Joined by Honorable the MP of Terego West. Did introduce him. Maureen, you have the list of the new. Where is it? Honorable Ayaka Rose, to recognize it. We'll do this program and then the ministers will come back to ask the questions. Honorable Butele Anthony, the former MP of Madi Okoro, would like to recognize you. Butele, thank you very, very much for keeping yourself. I can see retirement looks very good on Mzee Butele, so I am not worried to have retired from politics. Mzee Butele, I can see the things still continue looking good. We have been joined by Adrico Yovan, the MP of. We have been joined by the NRM caucus lead, Honorable Song, NRM West Nile caucus chairman. Honorable Song. This is the chairman, so he's the one going to moderate the session. So I will ask him to stand next to me. Honorable Leru Uda, I already recognized. Honorable Songa, we want to hear if NRM is doing very well in your time to speak.
Thank you, the MC, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Honorable Ministers present, Members of Parliament, religious and cultural leaders, all the NRM members here, West Nile leaders and gentlemen. My name is B. Lawrence Songa, Member of Parliament for Ura County in Zombo District, and I'm the chair of the West Nile Parliamentary Caucus, comprising of members of Parliament. My role now is to moderate a serious topic. The topic is NRM performance, Nile region. This topic, the presenters will be the Right Honorable Richard Todwong, who is the Secretary General of NRM, and Honorable Hamson Obua, who is the Government Chief Whip. To the presenters and all of us, I want to say this. The people of West Nile came back from exile, and the leadership and the government of President Yoweri Museveni. When we came back, we said, never again will West Nile go back to exile. We embraced the government and we started together to participate in various activities, programs of government, including elections. So, to you, the presenters, my concern or my direction is that focus on the performance in the election with the background that why are the people of West Nile voting massively for NRM? And in expectation to their votes, what do they expect NRM to do for the people of West Nile? Number two, what has been the performance of NRM as far as manifesto and pledges made to the people of West Nile since 1986? Internally, I want to talk about the performance of NRM structures in curbing corruption within and at the national level. These are the three areas of performance: in election, in manifesto and pledges, and in stopping corruption and in fighting. The people of West Nile, if there is any group of people that are very patient, it is the people of West Nile. Come and tell us. I will start with the Right Honorable Secretary General of NRM, Honorable Richard Todwong. You are welcome to talk to the NRM members here.
Thank you so much. NRM oye! Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Ministers, the ministers here present, members of Parliament, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I want to start with the obvious, that to summarize all the presentations we've been making here is that the outcome to every ministerial presentation should be geared towards the outcome of voting in West Nile come 2026. And I'm going to take you through the journeys we have moved from 2006, 2011, 2016, and 2021. How we have been performing in West Nile district by district. Because of time, I'm only going to restrict myself to the performances of the presidential level, because I have also detailed presentation at parliamentary level, LC5 level, councillors, LC3 and their councils, and village LC1s. If I'm to present all this, we might spend the whole afternoon. But just to summarize, I will only present how our presidential candidate performed district by district around this period, from 26 to 2021. But before that, Your Excellency, allow me introduce members of the Central Executive Committee of the party who are here with us. I want to start with the National Chairman of the party, who is none other than His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Can we clap for our National Chairman? By virtue of her position, Her Excellency, the Vice President, is also a member of the Central Executive Committee of the party. So I also recognize you, Your Excellency. Equally so, the Right Honorable Prime Minister is also a member of the Central Executive Committee of the party, by virtue of our position. Before you, dear delegates, I will just request that they come in front so that I introduce them one by one and you see their faces. I have the Regional Vice Chairman of the party for Western Region, Honorable Dr. Chris Baryomuzi, Western Uganda. He's the only tallest Muchiga from Kanungu. Then we have our own daughter, Honorable Olero Huda, who is also a member of SEC on special appointment by His Excellency the President for her to sit in SEC. She's the Minister of State in Defense Ministry. We have the National Chairperson of the Women's League, Honorable Wanyoto Lydia, who is here with us. Thank you so much for coming. We also have the Government Chief Whip, who is a member of SEC based on his virtue as the Government Chief Whip. Thank you so much. I have my sister, the personal assistant to the National Chairman of the party, who also sits in SEC to take minutes on behalf of the National Chairman. Thank you so much. She has been coordinating the programs here. So, dear delegates, I will make my presentation, and then the SEC members who are here might add a few things. But I also need to recognize members of NEC who are here. May you stand up for recognition. National Executive Conference, members of NEC who are here. Thank you so much, and I know most of you are members of NEC. And then members of DEC, District Executive Committees who are here. Thank you so much for coming, and all other party members. In 2006, when we opened up to multi-party political dispensation, we formed the party called the National Resistance Movement Party. And we went for that election under that party, and up to now, we belong to that party. By then, West Nile sub-region had 7 districts. These were Moyo, Nebi, Ajumani, Arua, Madiokolo, Maracha, Terego. This is the report I have. They were all under Arua. Yes, they were all under Arua. So we had Moyo, Ajumani, Nebi, Arua, that was Koboko and Yumbe. Now in Moyo, by then our candidate contested with Dr. Kiza Besige, and indeed, as it were then, our performances in all these districts in 26 were very poor. Oh yes, because in Moyo district, the NRM with our flag bearer Yoweri Kaguta Museveni got 41.6% and Kizza Besigye got 53.4%. In Nebi, Pakwach was still under Nebi then, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of NRM got 45.8%, Dr. Kizza Besigye got 47.9%. Adjumani, the NRM with our flag bearer Yoweri Museveni got 34.4% and Besigye got 60.8%. Arua district, NRM got 39% and Besigye got 56.1%. That was in the election of 2006. And that was the only time we performed poorly in West Nile. Other subsequent elections, I will also give you how we've been performing. Now, in 2011, Arua Besigye got 40%. Zombo. Zombo was the best actually. NRM under President Museveni got 71.7%. Besigye went home with 20%. Now in 2006, the percentages kept increasing. 2016 rather, sorry. The percentages kept increasing. In Arua, we got 57.7%. Besigye got 34.2%. In Moyo, we got 58.8%. Besigye got 34.3%. In Nebi, we declined a little. We came back from 21.7 to 65.8. Besigye went up by a margin of 6% because he increased from 20% to 26%. In Adjumani, we got 66.1% and Besigye got 28%. Yumbe, we got 68.3%, Besigye got 24%. Marasha, we went to 60% and Besigye 28%. Zombo was already a district. We went up by 4%. We got 75% and Besigye got 18%. Koboko, we got 65%, Besigye got 27%. Meaning 2016 we defeated our opponents in all the districts of West Nile. And that was the second victory after 2011 that we started defeating them. 2021, the performances were very impressive, because we then had many other districts now that came. In Arua now, we got 70.4%, and somebody called Chagolanye, now Besle was no longer in the picture. Someone called Chagolanye got 23%. Moyo district, we got 74%. That same person got 18%. Nebi, we got 68%, 68.9 actually. Then the other one also got 22%. Ajumani, wow, we went to 75.6%. Then the other one got 16%. Yumbe, we went to 71.2%. That gentleman got 23%. Maracha, we got 69.7%. That gentleman got 20%. Zombo has maintained our victory to 70s. We again got 76%. And the other one went home with 15.2. Koboko, we got 71.8%. The other gentleman got 22.3%. Pakwach, we got 67.17%. The other gentleman got 26%. Terego, right from 2011, 2016, 2021, West Nile districts have been performing very well in sustaining our victory. So we need to congratulate you, and may we clap for West Nile. How do we sustain these percentages? One, I am very excited with this kind of meeting that the chairman of the party has initiated. That for the first time in history, the government of NRM comes with all the ministers and leaders, sits with the population, and accountability is made in the public. And the people are free to ask any question on issues that they feel should be clarified. This is how we should be moving. And this is a very good lesson for us as a party. That as we continue to proceed this way, that means governments and our leaders in government must make sure that all the pledges and the promises we have made in our manifesto must be fulfilled. Because that is the only reason we shall maintain these percentages. The people of Zobo have been crying about the roads. Honorable General Katumo Wamala has talked about roads. The issue of power we have had here, the party is concerned. Yes, I'm amplifying your concern. I'm amplifying your concern. That the party is concerned that you are wondering why we still have the same situation with the power. That means by the time we get to 2026, these concerns must have been resolved. Water and all other issues. The other one also comes to us as leaders, that we should stop intrigue and fighting one another. This is one of the biggest cancer in NRM. We are busy planning against each other. We are busy fighting with one another, and opposition is just watching us and laughing. we are a very strong party. We are very solid. The moment we clear our internal bickering, no any other political party can stand on our way. We found in other districts where the president performed so well, you find the district is sending an opposition MP because of internal friction among party members. We hate each other to the extent that we want to support opposition instead of one of our own. Some of the weaknesses are also from the party secretariat. That we cause problems when it comes to updating our register, conducting primary elections. We don't come down to the consigned members. We send into elections. You fight with one another. The same thing is taken in the major elections. The results are. We are aware of that. We also know that we need to intensify our ideological clarity, teaching you, our leaders, how you should be able to attend and address issues of the people that you lead. Our national chairman has frequently reminded us that as leaders of the party, we are like social doctors. You need to go to the community within which you live, identify their problems, speak about these problems. Wear your yellow shirt, wear your yellow kofia, and be very passionate about things that affect the community. But NRM, we shy from speaking the truth. When there is corruption, you fear to speak because you think you are damaging the image of your leaders and government. Don't. When you don't speak about that, somebody else will come and speak about it, and you will see that somebody who doesn't care about the concerns of the people. Speak about things that affect your people. We need to build teamwork from the branches, the villages, parishes, sub-counties, districts, and the national level.
Of course, we know we have serious issues. Issues of youth unemployment, issues of poverty, issues of corruption. Everywhere you go, these are issues that people speak about against NRM. We are in this meeting as leaders to try to address these issues. And we are in it together. So let us be united. Let us stop fighting one another. Love one another. We are about to announce our program to update the party register, and then, with the permission from SEC, we shall carry out structure elections, starting from the branch, which is the village, as we move upwards. As I conclude, once again, we are very blessed as a party to have a chairman and a leader in the capacity of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I don't think, as a party, we can afford. I'm sure you are suspecting what I'm going to say. You've got the answer. As a party, at the right time, definitely, we shall ask our national chairman, because I have moved all over Uganda. I have heard the concerns of party members. They have been sending petitions to my office to ask the national chairman to offer himself in 2026. And as a party, at the right time, we shall process these demands, and definitely we shall present it to the national chairman. And I know he may not have a no as an answer, because the people the command. With these few remarks,
allow me the said members who are here if they can add something on what I've said. Not me now, the chair of the program is here. Thank you so much. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much. You know, the people of West Nile, you have heard what the Secretary General of NRM explained, and he mentioned all what is needed in order to move ahead in this direction. The people of West Nile gave all those percentages because they have hope. And the hope is as a request, but also what is in the manifesto. And the most burning issue in West Nile is the issue of energy, the issue of transport. Now you mentioned Zombo gave 71 in 2011, 75 in 2016, 76% in 2021. They don't have even 1 kilometer of tarmac road. Why don't we tarmac that road? Another request, in addition to fulfilling the manifesto, the pledges, I think it is the right time. People of West, you ask for a region away from northern Uganda. At this point, I would like to request Honorable Obua to come and make a brief remark. But Secretary General, when you talk about infighting of NRM in West Nile, I'm the chair of West Nile Parliamentary Caucus. I know which chairman of NRM candidate in the whole of West Nile. If I'm given the time on their names. The little resources that are coming from headquarters in Kampala, some few NRM districts eating it. The LC1 chairperson, NRM chairperson in the village, they are doing voluntary work with all their heart to ensure that we win this election. I want to thank them, and I want to pray that God should bless the NRM chairpersons in the villages and also the LC1 chairperson and the people at the grassroots. Thank you very much. Right?
West Nile, oye! West Nile, oye! Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the second Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Leader of Government Business in Parliament, the Right Honorable Secretary General of NRM, Honorable Ministers, religious leaders in your respective capacities, all the top-notch leadership of West Nile in your respective capacities. Before I say a word or two, in my other capacity as the chairman of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus, I wish to invite all the MPs from West Nile who are seated here to come. All the members of Parliament from West Nile, may I direct the team coming from the side of Her Excellency the Vice President to jog. Kindly jog. Let the people of West Nile know you have the energy which you have. Hello, jog here, you're hereby directed. You look at this young man here. the leaders of West Nile, these are your political commanders that you elected and sent them to a strategic level on a strategic mission. I know our Lord Jesus Christ has just risen from the dead, and he brings hope. And I want to bring hope to you, the people of West Nile, that your leaders here standing with me are great leaders in their respective rights. The leaders standing here are leaders who have been advocating in different fora about the plight and the challenges that West Nile as a region is facing. From the side of the risen Lord, I know when we take oath in Parliament, we either use the Bible or Quran for the Muslim. But as their leader, I want to bless them before you in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We have our great leader, Right Honorable General Moses Ali. May we all clap for him because we know him as the cock of West Nile. I am here just to add one or two things. All we are talking about here is dependent on leadership. All the challenges you are talking about, all the opportunities presented by the different service ministries is dependent on good leadership. A good leader, like His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who is coming here today, takes people where they ought to be. And that is under his leadership. He has struggled. He has lived to your plight, to your faith, and from the presentation that has been made here, one gets to understand that even the pledges that the NRM has, the commitment that the NRM has with the people of Uganda may not be fulfilled in one day, in 1 week, in 1 month, in 1 year. But I would want you, the people of West Nile, to have hope, to have faith, because what the NRM is doing in fulfilling its commitment to the people of West Nile is commendable, and we want to commit and prove that we will work with your leaders here. You have just listened to your political report card, and your political report card affirms the fact that West Nile is a progressive force in as far as support to the NRM is concerned. The NRM cannot afford to forget about West Nile. Even the two critical challenges, friends, we are leaders. Remember, Jesus, last Wednesday was called a Spy Wednesday. That was the Wednesday when Judas decided to betray his master. But the NRM cannot afford to betray its master, the West Nile. We cannot. So we want to promise you that we are here as a government under the central command of our leader, the revolutionary commander, your leader, our leader, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He is here to interface with you. He is here to interact with you. He is here to get the feedback. In our respective cultures, I want to plead with our mothers that what I may say has an implication on the mothers. But in the culture where I come from, there's a saying that however much you are desperate for a child, if your boy has just married there is absolutely no opportunity you will have a grandchild within 3 months, 4 months. The minimum you can give is 9 months to the boy who was married. And I believe that is also the culture of many tribes in West Nile. The Honorable Ruth Nankabirwa, who presented about electricity, has not yet taken long in that ministry. We know the question of electricity is a thorn in our flesh in West Nile. But friends, I want to plead with you that Honorable Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa has a clean and clear track record. She is going to deliver electricity to West Nile. I know power is a challenge. West Nile has spoken. We will deliver. Finally, I would want to request your leaders just to say their and constituencies, since they are here, you need to know that these are your voices in Parliament. Museveni oye! NRM oye! May I request we first of all stand up. I am the former sports minister. We love, you know, let's stand up. Can you turn to your neighbor on the right and tell him or her that Christ has just risen? Hallelujah! 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 Stretch a bit and you can sit as you listen to the names of your members of parliament and their constituencies. Okay, I've been advised that that can come later. We have been introducing them. God bless you. God bless West Nile for God and my country. Thank you so much.
May I invite Honorable Lydia Wanyoto, the chair of the Women's League, just to greet you. And then Honorable Huda, also you have already spoken. Then Honorable Dr. Chris Bariomuzi, the Vice Chairman of the party for Western Region, will summarize our presentation.
I will stand on the protocol already announced. My name is Lydia Wanyoto Mutende. I'm the National Chairperson of the NRM Women's League and a member of the Central Executive Committee of the NRM. West Nile Oye! West Nile Oye! I'm happy to be in Arua today as I conclude because there is no time. My father, I think the elders like the bishop and General Moses Ali might know him. My father was the late Jacob Wanyoto. He was the first black district commissioner of West Nile at independence, and he worked with Mzee Idro, the father of Phil Pedro. So I'm happy to be back home. And for the women, I just want to pledge that we are committed to serve you in line with the NRM manifesto. We would like to support you to ensure that you benefit from the parish development model. We are going to come to the communities. We are going to be committed to that until you get what you deserve as women. And that's why I'm in Arua today and West Nile. NRM Oye! Museveni Oye! Thank you for listening to me.
Honorable Chris.
I just want to thank you, the people of West Nile. As West Nileites, we have the voice to demand from government what we want, but because we also overwhelmingly vote for NRM government, and I know everyone here is now NRM, and as West Nilers we are not going to retract, we shall continue to increase the percentage that we are giving for NRM. Thank you very much. Pamat West Nile our free minister, vote minister NRM rulsi, dilesa si midi mi opereki, ki onje uduko walasi, ini fa I government li minirisi. Our reform bazibo jaba fle tikako setan mafia maisele tikako our reform mini. Alesa wadidu Vice President, the Vice Chairman of Western Region NRM, the warlord, the most high among the SEC members here to come and address us. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, Honorable Huda, Your Excellency the Vice President, and all distinguished leaders who are here today. My name is Chris Baryomunsi. I am the elected member of parliament for Chinchiz East in the Kanungu district, the other tip of the country in southwestern, and I'm now in northwestern. I also serve in the government as the minister responsible for information, communications technology, and national guidance, and that makes me the official spokesperson of the government of Uganda. And I was also elected by NRM leaders, including leaders from West Nile, to serve as the vice chairperson NRM Western Uganda. And I was also overwhelmingly supported by leaders here in West Nile. And I am grateful and I'm very happy to be here this afternoon. Whenever I enter West Nile, I develop a lot of energy. I feel very strong and energetic. And one reason is, when I was still a young student doctor, I worked here in Arua Regional Referral Hospital. And that's where I learned my little look back. Maru Dr. Chris Baryomunsi Maenga Kanungu Chigezi. If I had time, I would address you in Rugbar, but I know we have a challenge of time. Let me make one comment, because we are under the pressure of time, that we all know the history of this country. We know that we got independence 1962, but the country suffered challenges which all of us know. It had to take President Yoweri Museveni and his few colleagues to wage a revolution to start a new chapter in Uganda. And that's how NRM came. NRM came through sweat, tears, and blood to establish what we see here in Uganda. I know a lot of progress has been registered in Uganda, including West Nile, but also more has to be done to serve you. We hear you loud and clear on issues of service delivery. We appreciate you for the massive support that you continue to give NRM party, our chairman, and also giving us NRM leaders. As NRM, we don't take it for granted. We are here as NRM leaders, as a government, to account to you, to tell you what we are doing in the government as a party, but also most importantly, to listen to you. As an NRM leader, I was happy when I heard you come out strongly on the issue of power. Yes, it is a strong message to us. Yes, I am speaking as a member of the Central Executive Committee of NRM, because you voted us. You want us to deliver services. And therefore, that's why we have come so that we listen to your concerns, so that when we go back to Kampala in the government, we address those concerns. That's why ministers are here. That's why members of parliament are here. We talk to you, but you also talk to us. So the assurance we want to give you, the people of West Nile, issues that you are raising. This morning, early in the morning, I went to the hospital with Dr. Joyce Moriku, because we are medical doctors, to assess what is happening. I know the issues in the hospital. I am a former Minister of State for Health. I spoke to people who are in the hospital, to the workers. So we are here to get the pulse, to know what the government is doing, but also to pick your voices, so that when we go back to Kampala, we don't become topsoil leaders, but we become leaders who hear what the population is saying. Therefore, we want to thank you for turning up in big numbers as leaders. We want to thank our religious leaders and all the leaders who have come. Our chairman is soon arriving, and he will give you the package from the party and from the NRM government. Finally, we continue to improve the issues of service delivery. Hospitals and health centers, schools, roads, water, power, and all this. But the war which we have waged now is a war of increasing household income. We would want that as we improve the infrastructure and the services, but also we make sure that we get an income in our pockets. And that's the war we waged. We want to mobilize you people of West Nile and all Ugandans to join our chairman, to join the government. We work on this program, the CM and the others, so that we can move away from poverty, from subsistence livelihood, and all of us be part of production, part of the economy, so that we have some money in our pockets. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to say, awadi for Saru, afoyo matek, manjo kosi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Honorable Songa, for moderating that session. Let's clap for the Secretary General and his team. Ladies and gentlemen, our President is about to arrive. Do not get tired. He's now doing the last venue, and after he's done with the last venue, he'll be joining us. But the good news here is that the Vice President is taking note of all the points that we're raising, and our Vice President, let them go. Let them go. The people of Zombo, what is the problem? Any Team Makani? Okay. We are now going for questions and answers. And I want to ask Honorable Maureen Osoro and Honorable Odria to come and take us through this time of question and answers.
We request them to hear my sister. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, all protocol observed. My name is Alioni Odria, Member of Parliament, Aringa South, one of the moderators for today. Without wasting time, we had various presenters here, but kindly I'll request the Minister for Energy to join us here. Minister for Works, General Katumba Wamala. We have questions relating to the roads.
we have presentation that was on education. My sister Kaduchi, come forward. We had a presentation on ex-servicemen and veterans. Please, the ministers concerned, move forward. Electricity. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, we are going to start with the most touching problem of West Nile, none other than electricity. Okay, I've been guided that we take general questions. The one that goes to the concerned ministry, the minister will respond. So let's take the first person to give opportunity. DJ the microphone, DJ the microphone. No protocol. Mention your name, the district, and the question straight.
Now I have seen everyone has come in line. Those who spoke the first time, you will not be given the microphone. We marked your faces. We are many in West Nile, everybody should be given opportunity. Honorable Sam Nyakwa, you did not speak, give the microphone to Honorable Sam Nyakwa.
Welcome to question session. I'm going to start with Sam Nyakwa. And I saw most of your faces, those who spoke already. I'm going to be very strict. And when His Excellency comes, we are going to stop where he has found us. I start with the mayor of Ahua City. Please don't repeat. If a colleague has mentioned, don't repeat it. Just go straight to the question.
My questions go to Honorable General Katuba Wamala and Madam Kajina. But before I go to that, while people were angry with the Minister Nanka Kirwa, is that you have given us 2 deadlines which have never worked. The other day, you said you were coming to commission this power to work in September. We got a raw deal. You gave an extension to March, a raw deal. And today, you were non-committal. You did not give a definite date. By the way, I want to assure you, the entire government is here. The reason West Nile has lagged so much behind other regions of this country is lack of sustainable power. Now, to the general, I have the following. All our roads are worse than the district roads. What is the money that you give to Kajina doing? There is a road which goes from our city center here to Lear Customs. On that road, when it rains, there is a big lake formed. That lake has been named after Sam Nyakwa. Today I want to transfer that lake to the executive director of UNRA. It should be named Kajina Road. Kajina Lake. Now, Honorable General Minister, why don't we have money for road fund for the divisions of the city, and yet you give money for road fund to sub-counties? Sub-counties get money under road fund, but the divisions of cities are not getting road fund. Issue number 2 for you also is
some, in the interest of time,
as I finish, I'm finishing now. The cities do not have graders. We want to request you to lend us yours, because we depend on the only road unit that Arua has. Terego borrows from Arua, Madoko borrows from Arua, Arua City borrows from Arua district. The money that you read is still on our account. We cannot use it because we don't have road unit. And if we want to hire, we spend all the money on hiring. we want to request you that lend some of your equipment from the ministry to us so that we maintain our roads for God and my country.
Thank you. There is a lady called Aliru Pascal who has lost a national ID from Logiri, Vurak. Please, I ask you people one question per person.
Yes.
Omar. Councillor Omar.
Thank you.
Women, gender, I want women to stand here. Women stand here. Women stand alone. Yes.
I am Omar Ahmad. I have a question pertaining NRM structure. Minister Katumba Wamala talked about the road sector, water, transport sector in general, but forgetting to talk about the air transport. Let me probably start with the last question to the minister. It is very tricky that I've been following, or we are following the contract for the construction or upgrading of the Arua airfield airport. Up to now, it's over 15 years. The airfield is not in completion, and we are failing to follow up. We don't know the nature of the contract. So may I know from now, when was this contract awarded? At what sum? And at what period should this contract of the airport be completed? Can we make it to know so that we also fly like you do? Two, NRM, this is ours, NRM. They talked about infighting in NRM. We need clarification. There is a structure for the former municipality which was now upgraded in NRM. And there is also a structure for the city. Now, which one is which to lead the NRM activity in the city? Thank you.
Can I have a lady? Can I have a lady? Please, one question per person. I ask. I request.
L5 for Terego District Local Government. Terego is the last born of this country. When presentations have been made on the energy, road, I was bleeding internal when I sat there. Honorable Katumba, Minister, you said the road from Manibe to Yumbe will be worked on from 20 to 24. And yet, power, good roads are economic drive for the people of Terego. Why are we leaving Terego district behind in terms of good roads? And last week, Kajina was in my district. I think the back should still be paying. We do not have a referral hospital. That road is used to bring my women from even the settlement down there for Caesar in a rural hospital, and we lose women on the way. And yet the president fights for the right of women. What will be done for my women of Terego districts in terms of delivery using the safe road? And two, to don't talk of the issues of NRM, our Secretary General, the beloved one. There are issues in NRM. When you hear them that side, why do you wait for such a meeting? Why don't you come immediately when you hear that districts are burning with issues? And you are coming right now following the program of the president for service delivery and income for the people of West.
Point taken. Thank you.
Not last,
Koboko.
not last,
Koboko.
not last. When Ruth was presenting about power, they mentioned some districts which are not connected. You forget about Terego. What is the fate of Terego districts in terms of power? In terms of service delivery? I am a new district for issues of presenting, printing, producing materials. I have to come all the way from Terego to a rural districts. Is that decentralization the area of government is speaking about?
Thank you.
decentralization. Is that a decentralization for my people of Terego? When I'm not considered in so many things. Lastly, Terego has become a district. There was a promise made by the Women's League of NRM on the Heifers. Now we have not yet received this heifer. Point taken, Koboko. This is for Lydia. No, I have one issue for Lydia. Women receive the heifers. Terego women since 2018 have not received these heifers. When are you going to bring my heifers for the women of Terego? Thank you. I give Koboko.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Members, we appreciate you. And if you look behind yourself, you're over 100 here. I am not commanding, but I'm requesting. Kindly requesting one person, one question. You are so many here. Is that okay?
One district.
Now, Terego is done. Can we have Koboko? Koboko here, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm not going to make statements. The first question goes to the veterans, to the Minister for Veterans. Last year, we were involved in mobilizing the veterans in West Nile. And you made a commitment that by this financial year, the veterans are going to be paid. There's money allocated, 5 billion. Can you give us a state where the 5 billion is?
Thank you, Koboko.
To the Education Department, please, they are different. Don't harass. To the Education Department, you talk about performance. I would want to know from the Education Department the fate of the historical schools. If you look at St. Charles Luanga, it's been one of the historical schools. No renovation has been done up to date. What plans do you have in order to improve?
Thank you, Koboko.
On the issue of, please, it's one question per person. That was the guidance.
These are two questions.
No.
These are two questions so far.
Per person.
One per person, not two per person.
No, that's limiting. Okay. I want to put the last one to the Secretary General of the party. As we are looking forward into increasing our performance, I want to bring to your attention the following things that always the community have been demanding me for. The pledges that are made by the President. The first pledge is the pledge for the Faculty of Law for Attorney General Francis Ayume. The second one, the pledge which was made for the Archdiocese Church of Nyanglia, which was promised and up to date, the pledge has not been delivered. I would therefore wish to shake that through you, this may likely affect us. And also the issue of the NFA, Mountain Cane Forest Reserve, is a contentious issue that I feel the issue must be addressed to. Thank you.
Thank you, Moyo, the lady here.
Thank you very much. My name is Batio J. Sudo, the Women's League Chair Moyo and the Female DLC presenting Mountain Council. I have a question and some guidance directed to the Minister of Energy, Honorable Ruth Nakabirwa. Honorable Nakabirwa, Moyo District and Adjumani has the worst power supply. Is there any possibilities to construct a substation that can boost the power supply of Adjumani, Moyo, and later Obongi? I request. Because many mothers are dying in the theaters due to runoff of power in the district. Then two, no, let me ask. I'm also directing my second question to our own Honorable Minister of Roads, General Katumba Wamala. General Katumba, Moyo District is having the worst roads, and it is the only district in the country whose movement is timetabled. So I want to know from you the fate our road from Nairobi, Afoji, Jale. Because when you were presenting well, the speaker was not okay.
Thank you, Moyo.
Then two, we want to hear that our bridge, the Nairobi bridge, has been, the design for the bridge has made. Is it true that the design is made? Can you humbly avail us with that so that the people of Moyo get relief? Thank you very much.
Please, I request all of you, if you want to speak, if we want everybody to speak, please, let's respect what we have put in place. At least one question per person is enough. Otherwise, all of you are not going to speak. Please, I request. Yes. Go straight to the point. Stop lamenting. Don't give us preambles. Just the questions. Please, I beg.
Thank you very much. My name is Malon Yavutia. I am the mayor of Waivu Division in Arua City. I only have one question, and my question is going to my elder sister, Honorable Ruth Nakabirwa, the Minister of Energy. Honorable Minister, it was not our intention as the people of West Nile to receive you the way you were received when you were making presentation. We were only being reminded of the effects of lack of power that our people have suffered for 109 years. Now my question is, under this project for the substation, and the communities at Muni decided to give land even before compensation because of the importance of power that we attach to the people of West Nile. Now my question is, under social corporate responsibility, promise was made to appreciate the community of Muni with the culvert bridge at Woko, 1.3 kilometers of first-class Maram Road, and a borehole for the communities there. In your presentation, we are only left with the 2.5 months to commission, and the communities are planning to demonstrate. All along we have been saying, no, this is our government. What is the possibility that you will achieve the social corporate responsibility to the people who even gave land before compensation? I thank you.
Thank you. In the list of road equipments, Mariokolo was missing. Can you tell us, General Katumba, where you delivered the equipments for Mariokolo and someone is hiding them? Mariokolo does not have road equipments.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Ayub Kemis from Arua City. My question goes to State Minister for Primary Education. She has ably said here that the performance is affected as a result of teacher-pupil ratio, and evidence has shown that due to wage bill, the local governments cannot afford to recruit more teachers. Vis-a-vis, pupil stance ratio and pupil class ratio is very high. What a strategic stance do you have to rescue West Nile out of that?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. My question goes to the minister in charge of works. Honorable Minister, in a period of 1 week, we have lost 6 people in Maracha on your road because Madam Kajina has failed to put road humps. It is so traumatizing that yesterday, Honorable Kanya was burying the NRM chairman treasurer. What is the fate of the humps that is supposed to be put by UNRA on the road of Maracha so that our people do not continue to die?
Thank you so much.
My name
People with disability.
My name is Mundua Patrick Ozalsan. My question is to Minister for Primary Education. You gave for us the status of pupils in primary schools, in secondary schools, in technical schools. But I was expecting you to give us the status of rehabilitation centers in West Nile region. What is the position of the government for rehabilitation centers for persons with disabilities in West Nile region?
Thank you. I will come to you next.
Thank you very much. I'm Charit Farida from Yumbe district. I have this that will lead me to my question. NRM OA. I want to thank Honorable Richard Odong because since he assumed the office, many innovations have come in NRM. This is a bare fact we should accept. Now is Honorable Minister for Roads, whom we assume a homeboy in Yumbe. All the roads that lead to and outside Yumbe have placed us to be a district that is not in Uganda. You have talked about Koboko Yumbe, and then Koboko Yumbe Moyo, and then Manibe Yumbe. But now, our confusion is, as people were clapping hands, the people of Yumbe didn't clap their hands, simply because the year you have said have confused us. You said it is going to start this year. Is it calendar year or financial year that we are left with the 2 months to close the year? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Osugara, I am the Speaker, Arua Central Division. I have 2 concerns, one to the Minister of Works. I want to talk about the unfair resource allocation of Uganda Road Fund. Last financial year, there was 800 million that was given to Arua City in terms of road fund. None of this money was seen in terms of road maintenance and construction in Central Division. What is happening? This year, again, 400 million has been given in terms of Uganda Road Fund. And only of this money, there is only 50 million that has been according to Central Division. What criteria do you use for allocating these resources? On corruption issue, on Friday last week, I arrested a nurse in a hospital. This goes to Minister Kiduchu, a healthy officer in the hospital who was engaged in picking monies. And after arresting this woman, we brought her to police station. She was given bond and released on bond. This woman, up to now, she's nowhere. We are following the case. I think your intervention is needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. My name is Amasia Lilian. I want to direct my question to the Secretary General. You gave us a statistics of the great performance of NRM in this region. But when it comes to the presidential appointments, what is the problem that our people cannot get positions? We had ambassadors, we only had like Honorable Tiperu. We had RDCs, we didn't see our people there. If you look at the cabinet ministers, how many do we have from West Nile? How many generals do we have from West Nile? How many judges do we have from West Nile? Is it equivalent to the position and the rewards the people have given in terms of election in this region? We need to know that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much. Opeli Joseph Chandimale. 1. Fight within NRM at our level here. But just 2 days back, we noted a queer thing. This t-shirt we are putting today is for our president. And only 2 days back, there was a t-shirt of another general in my district. They are both yellow. Obongi, can you clarify that?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Ajidiru Siama is my name. Chairperson, Uganda National Teachers Union, Koboko branch. My concern is about education. As the Minister for Primary Education was presenting, they presented about the status of education in West Nile region. And gaps in education were elaborated, among which was the disparity in salary. May I know the position of the government this financial year about salary discrimination? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm called Angudipi Mahar Juma Gala from Yumbe district. My question goes to Minister for Veteran Affairs, Honorable Olero Hudabason. In 2002, the comprehensive peace agreement between NRM government and the UNF 1 and 2, for which I'm proud that General Katumba was present when we were handing over the guns in Yumbe Boma grounds. One of the clauses of the comprehensive peace agreement was such that all the child soldiers, all the 1,000 child soldiers be taken for government scholarship to study degrees, masters and PhDs. And up to today, about 20 years today, nothing like just even a drop in the ocean of the scholarship for the child soldiers has been fulfilled. What can be the stand of the government on this regard? This is in concern to the Makerere University Institute Report 2010, which says the continued government low support for government of NRM is as a result of failure by NRM to reintegrate and fully compensate the ex-combatants and child soldiers. Thank you very much for government.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
No, where is it coming from?
Yep. Thank you so much. Without wasting time, my question is about the unpaid crop finance for farmers season 2018-2019 by Continental Tobacco Uganda Limited. Bunyoro region, the farmers were paid by the government through a supplementary money. But when it comes to this region, our farmers have not been paid. I think this matter was brought to the floor of Parliament number of times by our members of Parliament here. Why is government not taking that special concern? I beg to move.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm representing persons with disability in Madokolo district. My name is Honorable Chandiru Alice. My question will go to under education. In Madokolo district, I need to know the number of schools for deaf blind for the special needs in West Nile. We are in Arua district where we were sharing the same facility with the Arua district. Now we are independent. We need to have also school for deaf blind. Under head, government is approving, upgrading the health section. We need also to approve the section of the delivering bed, special bed for delivering for the disability woman, and also the special room. They should have a special room for their delivering cases.
Thank you so much, Mama.
Thank you. My question goes to the NRM Secretariat. I'm Drama Primo, FC Tirofa, Kamadokolo. About leadership in NRM, it is, I feel it is everybody's mandate or opportunity for everybody to get trained under NRM ideology and leadership. But every time we hear the MPs in Chankwanzi, the MPs in Chankwanzi, LC5s in Chankwanzi, what about the lower cadre, particularly the LC3 chairpersons? And this one is actually going to cause us a problem because I already see the son speaking like the father. Now, will this not cause confusion if some of us left down here don't know what is happening between the father and the son?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This is Onegi Dinaro, the Dean of LC3 Zombo District. My question goes to Honorable Todong about the percentages of voting patterns of people of Zombo District to the NRM government, as you have put it very clearly, from 2011, 2016, and 2021. How sure are you that this time the people of Zombo should go or continue with the same percent or reduce if the road that has been talked about like a song in a studio every time and again has not been fulfilled? What assurance can you give to us that this road will be done this time before 2026 elections? Two.
Thank you. Point taken, I'm sorry. Time.
Asante.
Question yangu naenda kwa Minister ya Veteran na General Wamala Watumba. Wamala, mimi iko na kuuma ya roho, kwa maana mimi ndio kwa bwana mwenye wanasarenda, mwenye natoa yei maalifu mbele yako. Mimi ndio mwanamke mmoja katikati ya prison of war. Saa hii mimi ndio bibi mmoja, kwa maana yangu Orisi amekufa, lakini mimi ndio alifollow peace dividend mbele ya mzee. Mzee nampa mimi kwa sale, tunafanya dividend nini, peace dividend, tunamaliza documents, anabaki kwa sale ngine kwa Moses Ali. Sasa tunangoja malipo. Kufika sasa saa ya malipo, wanasema mimi hapana iko askari. Alikuwa wakati porini huko, wabibi iko au hapana jua political wing au hapana jua wabibi. Sasa mimi nataka kujua nguvu yangu naenda wapi.
Thank you so much.
Alafu wacha mimi na
Minister iko huko.
Alafu leo wakati wanahesabu points ya vote, wakati tunatoka nje askari kuvote mzee anapita West Nile, sisi rebels, sisi ndio alitupa mzee na ex-combatants. Alafu mimi nasikia saa ile wanaeleza hapa projects NUSAF, NATS nini kwa sisi, lakini sisi askari sisi hapana pata vitu hii. Sisi hapana pata vitu hii. Tunapata vitu hii kwa NUSAF. Ndio alipatia sisi 110 projects.
His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda is about to arrive.
Thank you.
So as one
Body
person,
Francis is my name, the district council representing Atomasabu County and Wadrikasian of Zumbu. I'm going to ask General Katumba Wamala, the road from Nebi, Jukia, Gori, Kaya, up to Fura, if it is not tarmac, it has become the song of the day, and most of our MP were voted out because of that road. No vote. No general hospital, no vote. We are tired, we are tired.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Can you clap for him?
Odofe Mando. Thank you very much. I'm Mule Regina from Mariokolo. I'm representing the Women League and the Stoke Chairperson of Women Council Mariokolo. I have two issues. One goes to SG. Todomo, you have talked very nicely, but we have questions in your office which you have not answered. It is the day that before you leave for Kampala, you look for Bula Regina. You have our documents in your office. That is why now you have seen is doing well in NRM. That one goes to you. One goes to National Chairperson. She's here. National Chairperson. Yeah. One goes to National Chairperson of Women League. There was a presidential pledge for the Women Council, League Council, which they have not done for the women of West Nile. Can you help us? 2, 3,
Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, thank you. Give chance for your colleagues.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Adupi Emmanuel. I want to raise on the part of technical institutions. In 2006, when HE came for his campaigns in Maracha, he actually told us that he was giving us one technical school or technical to be constructed in Maracha. But as we are here, I heard community institutions have been supported, especially in Pakwach. So there can request that the government supports us in taking either or whichever technical school or unable technical school which we have in Maracha. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. My name is Asio Alice, the district women chairperson at Joman district. Mine is about the presidential and it goes direct to the North Secretariat. The Secretariat cannot fulfill all their pledges. They brought us premature. They brought us premature heifers, and women up to now they have not got their cows. So we are requesting the ministers to follow up the presidential pledges are not fulfilled. Please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're done with questions. We're going to ask more questions tomorrow. His Excellency.
Excuse me, please.
Yes. Let us write our names.
Next time, don't call us leaders to come and speak.
When His Excellency the President comes, we shall invite you to come and ask.
Please
write your questions down. Thank you. Thank you.
Give me a chance to speak, please.
The person who is listening to your question has already gone.
I know, but please, so you mean this place, you are 9 people of the internet and some not to speak.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, wait, gentlemen.
It's only Larua people who ask the question. What about Al-Jumari?
Let us act by district. We are now going to act by district.
It's only Larua.
Please.
Give the chance for Al-Jumari. For Al-Jumari, it's not that people are in Arua. Yes. The Arua people are dominating. West Nile is not only in Arua. What about Al-Jumari? Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you do, let us move behind. We're going to...
One, two.
I invite you by district. Just move behind there and let's receive. Please let us go behind. Respect, let us go behind and receive the president. I will invite you by district.
Do you have a link?
DJ, some music. Tubonga Nawe, DJ. I'll invite you. Just move behind. DJ Tubonga Nawe.
Orenge.
DJ.
DJ.
Go.
DJ. Some music to receive his Excellency.
Run. right, the long-awaited day has come, and the President of the Republic of Uganda time, and it's already because of PM, and the President has also been able to. I'm doing interview. No, that is there, but you're about to focus this side. Yeah. Coming to you live from right now, the President of the Republic of has finally arrived, and it's already 10 minutes past the hour of 5. The long-awaited day, and you have to know that the President of Uganda, he has also been able to tour different farms that we do have in the sub-region. So he has landed, and here is on the issues to do with wealth creation, and I to tell you that it has also been a very nice moment for the people who have been able to ask questions to different, and I believe that we will also to answer some of the questions that the people were able to ask, and you have to know that people are eager to ask questions, and this would also be a very nice to ask the questions in the President of the Republic of Uganda. Moves to greet people different because of COVID-19. He will not be able to greet each and everybody. There he goes to take up his seat, and remember, this is going to be a 3 days. He's starting it here today, and tomorrow you will be able to address it, and also to know that on Thursday you will be able to go to the people. So President Yoweri Kaguta finally is in West Nile after different farms that we have in Western region, right? And also talking about the farm that is in Ombachi. So we shall also be able to listen to regards to the wealth creation, and you have to know that different leaders were able to also present on the purpose. But let's go into right now. Also be to the President of the Republic of later on. Be able to address the leaders that we do have. It is time for the attention and listen. Thank you.
The Sheikhs and the district clerk of Arua shall also give us a short prayer in Islam. Thank you.
holistic development of our region and country at large. Almighty and merciful God, also thank you and praise the honorable ministers and members of parliament,
city and all security and all different cadres present in their various capacities. Protect and bless them as they serve your people. May they always seek to do good work, love the people they serve, with dignity, integrity, and humility. O Lord God, we thank you for appointing and choosing leaders for service, most especially the Excellency, the President, to lead this country, guide, direct, protect, and strengthen him in the responsibility of leading this country and to perform what is due to your people and to the glory of your name. We thank you, Lord God, for using the President to usher peace in the country, which we have enjoyed for the last 37 years, especially in the West Nile region, without wars and running to the neighboring countries as refugees. May God bless your Excellency, granting a real city status, which will propel the region to a brighter future in socio-economic development. May all the leaders who pray and the citizens in this country be united, hardworking, law-abiding, and peacemakers, living to give the necessary support to Excellence the President as he promotes your godly vision to this country to bring life, middle income state, modern and industrialized nation. Guide now, O God, guide your son, help him and all the leaders, both civil and religious, to be strong and courageous, trust depending on you in this world of troubles, difficulties and temptation. Preserve him in danger, assist him in every good work, and keep all leaders in the right way to be the salt and the light of the world. As we gather here, this golden opportunity to receive our Father, the President, and ministers to this day, to interact, get accountability, and be empowered, guide them with your Holy Spirit, that at the end of this gathering, we shall not only be empowered, but you will offer your blessings of stable power in this region, good roads, food security, and socio-economic transformation, O God. We thank you for bringing the President safely in West Nile region. Take him back safely when the right time comes. We pray all this in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Let us pray. Almighty, the merciful, the beneficent, the most generous, the giver of life, the sustainer of the universe. Almighty, you have brought our President this far, from a tireless journey, long distance, that he reached the West Nile region. Almighty, it's the same you that will take him back safely from our region. For every hand that will raise against His Excellency the President, or any person of the President, Almighty, you are in charge. Turn that hand away. Almighty, for every eye that will overlook with envy, jealousy, Almighty, on our Excellency, the persons around him, Almighty, you are in charge, so long as His Excellency is within our surrounding. Almighty, we pray that you have rewarded us with a man of humility, His Excellency the President, when he stood tall, firm, against all the immoral acts against his country. Almighty, it is this gentleman that stood in Africa and sound and echoed against all forces of Satan, that today we are safe. Almighty, protect him, his family, and all those who are in government with him. Almighty, you protected Ethiopia. For only 18 migrants that traveled from Mecca, and the king accommodated them. Almighty, what about Uganda and the president that honored accommodated? More than 1 million refugees in his country, and in particular West Nile. Almighty, make him the king of this region. Almighty, as we take leave, we surrender him into your hands and all his convoy. In your name, the Almighty, and your attributes, we pray.
Our religious leaders, Your Excellency, these people are very honored and humbled to receive you in West Nile. Depending on our theme, securing our future through wealth creation, that's the reason we've all gathered here. At this juncture, let me welcome the AS1 of this village to come and welcome us officially. Award 4.
AS1 sawa bora. Ini mbele. Minji? Aha, she's right here.
Speech of LC1 chairperson, Goldstein, Anyefo Goldstein, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and your team, civil and political leaders in your various capacities, fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, let the protocol be observed. My name is Dodo Joyce, LC1 Goldstein, and Goldstein is under Mbarawod. Mbarawod, we have 8 cells. 5 of them are leading by women. Thank you very much. On my own behalf and that of the residents of Gold Cells, I would like to warmly welcome you, His Excellency Kaguta Museveni, to this cell. This is the cell that houses the presidential Lord Arua. Your Excellency have been the LC1 chairperson of this cell for 15 years. Your Excellency, the time you have come here, you can agree with me that the security has been good, and therefore I want to ensure you that you are safe. On the same note, allow me to thank you for the following things: leading the fight of malaria against through provision of mosquito nets that has led to the reduce of malaria. 2, leading the fight of COVID-19, I am glad to report to you that vaccination went on well and other people are now getting booster doses. Your Excellency, as people of Arua City, we thank you for standing against the sin of homosexuality. We are praying that you should stand on your faith, because this earth is not ours. We also thank you for promoting equal through women empowerment and integration economic power programs such as Emyoga, Prosperity for All, NUSAF, Urban Cars, and now PDM, which I haven't seen the money. How, Your Excellency, we requested that LC1 be included in the development programs like PDM, in addition to monitoring the program. Your Excellency, we also requested that your office revise allowance for LC1s from 120 to another amount because of the current increase in prices. Transport, Your Excellency, I'm now 63 years old.
I cannot move to mobilize people with the bicycle. If you could. So if you could help us to move with the bicycle, it would be better. Because here my headquarters is very far. Sometimes you go there, they give you allowance of 10,000. You go 2,000, you come back 2,000. You come back with 1,000 only. If you could help us with the bicycle. I mean motorcycles, sorry. with my cycle. Thank you very much. On this transport, you should really help us, because when you want to dress decently, you cannot ride the bicycle. That's one. His Excellency, I'm your neighbor. I'm very, very great. When I were there in Entebbe, we were behind the State House. And here I'm also behind the State House. You are welcome, you are welcome, we welcome you. We shall continue to pray for you. We want you to go ahead, we shall vote for you. And we women, we are behind you always. And I will continue to preach what you have done to my children and to the other youths also. Thank you very much. God bless you.
A round of applause for LC1. Your Excellency, the LC1's home is just 3 minutes walk away from State House, State Lodge. So we appreciate her for welcoming you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, we welcome you once again in West Nile. The people are very happy. All neighbors, you're invited officially here tomorrow to come and interact with His Excellency. At this juncture, allow me introduce the executive committee that has made this day success. We have the chairperson, that is none other than Her Excellency, the Vice President, who's our mother, our mentor, and the leader, the chairperson for this committee, who's deputized by none other than Honorable Evelyn Anite, a child born of here, Arua, West Nile. On the committee, we also have the Right Honorable Secretary General, Richard Chodwong. We have the Government Chief Whip. We have the Chairperson, Office of the National Chairman, Hajat, who's in front here. My co-MC, she has been the moderator since morning. We have the State House Controller, who's in charge of finances to ensure that this happens. And myself, I am by name Sek Helen, the PS to the President, Youth Affairs, State House. We are very humbled, our default for ushering us in West Nile, and I pray we all cooperate in this campaign of wealth creation. From here, our next destiny will be Masaka. So Masaka State, prepare yourselves, we are coming to launch wealth creation. At this juncture, allow me invite Honorable Evelyn Anite to take us forth. Our default.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, you are most welcome to West Nile. Bamadi West Nile ada masaka gadri rambo amabra izu. Mr. President, before you are the delegates that you requested us to invite for you to have a dialogue with. Your Excellency, allow me introduce them to you by district in the interest of time. Mr. President, I will start with Pakwach district. All the delegates from Pakwach, Rima Ber, Etikwenea. Your Excellency, those are delegates from Pakwach. Thank you very, very much for coming in big numbers. Mr. President, we've been joined by delegates from Nebi. Mr. President, we've been joined by delegates from Nebi municipality. Your Excellency, we were also joined by delegates from Zombo. Thank you very, very much, the people of Zombo. Wafoyo Matek. Mr. President, we've been joined by delegates from Madi Okolo. Mr. President, we've been joined by delegates from Arua district. Mr. President, you saw on the streets of Arua the way the people of Arua have received you and the people of West Nile. That in my language they say Pelo. That is just the beginning, Mr. President. Wait and see what will happen tomorrow. We love you. Your Excellency, you have been joined by the people of Arua City. We thank you very, very much for giving us city, and we are very, very happy that we are city air. Your Excellency, we have been joined by the people of Terego. Thank you very much. Mr. President, we have been joined by the people of Maracha. Your Excellency, you did request us to invite the people of Koboko District and Koboko Municipality. That is Koboko District, Mr. President, they have come in big numbers, they still love you. Mr. President, in there we also invited the people of Koboko Municipality. Mututi Koboko Municipality, taklo ya. Iete na sukuponda, iete adruma. Your Excellency, we've been joined by the people of Aringa from Yumbe District. Yumbe, eminga, awaini, cherele da wadisiro, Yumbe, eminga ya ale di chereri. Very good. Your Excellency, we've been joined by the people of Madi sub-region. Indeed, you say that you want to go to Madi sub-region, and you did guide us that we should invite them for leaders meeting in Madi, in West Nile. So they joined us in West Nile. On 13th, you'll be joining them for a rally in Madi, in Obongi. But here with us, we have the people of Adjumani. Adjumani, please. Would you like to stand up for recognition? Inyichia, Ingonia. Your Excellency, we've been joined by the people of Moyo from Madi sub-region. Honorable Thomas Zand. Very good. Mr. President, we've also been joined by the people of Obongi, the new district. Thank you very, very much. Arua district I finished, where I did introduce all the districts. I actually know all the districts of West Nile. Your Excellency, whereas I was born and raised, I was raised in Arua, born in DRC, married in Nebi, mother from Yumbe, and raised in Arua town, contested in Koboko. Your Excellency, I'm a West Niler. You're most welcome, and therefore I want to ask you humbly, you're most welcome to West Nile. Mr. President, before you arrived, you did guide us that we should have a dialogue. Yes, we did have a dialogue, and we had presentations. But perhaps before I give you the key presentations that we went through, allow me to recognize the cultural leaders who joined us here today. Cultural leaders, please would you like to just wave to the President? Thank you very, very much. Your Excellency, we were joined by veterans from the different districts. I just want to ask them to stand up and wave to the President. Veterans. Thank you. Your Excellency, all the members of Parliament from West Nile are present. I just want to ask them, together with the Government Chief Whip, to all stand up and wave to you, Mr. President. They do have a memorandum and they will have detailed introduction of themselves tomorrow. Because of time, I really would like to pray that I do not take longer than I have to make the Vice President to invite you so that you can address the people of West Nile before it is dark. However, Mr. President, just give me 1 minute and I tell you who has presented what. Your Excellency, we had the Minister of Energy presenting on the issues of electricity in West Nile. Did not sync well with the people of West Nile, as you can hear them. Your Excellency, they raised a number of issues, and the question is, when shall they be connected to the national grid? And that is the biggest anger. Mr. President, the Minister for Energy indeed answered some of the questions, but we would like to hear from you. I believe the people of West Nile like to hear from you finally, when West Nile shall be connected to the national grid. Mr. President, we had issues of infrastructure. The Minister of Works, General Katumba Wamala, and the team, Allen Kajina, presented. Allow me ask Honorable General Katumba Wamala, Minister of Transport and Works, to stand up and just wave to you. Along with Honorable Ruth Nankabira, she did explain that it is process by process that we will get electricity in this place. Your Excellency, that is Honorable Ruth Nankabira, Mr. President, allow me to introduce to you the presenters of the issues of veterans. Honorable Hudo Leru led the presentation, and there she is. Your Excellency, we had the issues of NUSAF 1, NUSAF 2, and Dr. D. That was presented by the Minister for Northern Uganda, the Minister for Disaster, Honorable Hilary Onek. Allow me to recognize that. Your Excellency, we had issues on NRM. The progress of NRM, which districts performed very well. The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Honorable Richard Todong, and the Government Chief Whip, and all the SEC members, they did explain to the gathering. Allow me to ask them to stand up and wave to you. Thank you, Mr. President. We had issues of investment. Myself and the Uganda Investment Authority team, Morrison Rakakamba, the Director General of Uganda Investment Authority, did present these issues, and tomorrow we'll be having an exhibition. And we thank you so much, Mr. President, for accepting that you'll have a business forum with the businessmen and women of West Nile. Indeed, West Nile is sitting in the border of 2 countries, South Sudan and DRC, with well-negotiated markets in DRC of 80 million people. Indeed, we are very happy and excited that you're meeting the people of West Nile who are doing business, such that we are able to do value addition and export our goods to neighboring countries. Your Excellency, we're joined by our cook, General Moses Ali. Moses Ali, would you like to wave from Cuba? Commander-in-Chief. Thank you, General. We also have Igwe, who is here with us. Your Excellency, I can see the sun is fast setting, and I really don't want to be the one to make you speak in the dark. Allow me to ask the Vice President to invite you. Let's put our hands together for the Vice President. And when the President is going to speak, we will have to pay to Bonga Nawe and dance for our President. Vice President.
Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda. Allow me to stand by the protocol which has already been articulated. Your Excellency, from the interaction I listened to here, the people of West Nile have appreciated you and indeed the NRM government on key milestones already made by government, including but not limited to the following: peace and security, political stability, national unity, the rule of law, economic stability, gender parity and the recognition of special interest groups, etc., etc. Your Excellency, the angle of development to handle alongside the angle of wealth for the people has already been handled by ministers presenting and the delegates who have been named asking questions, and again ministers responding. Your Excellency, you are from the field and you are very fresh with the angle of wealth creation of the people. So I wouldn't want to take much more time so that we can benefit from your wisdom, especially on the angle of the wealth of the people whose deliberate interest you are handling in this countrywide tour. And the people of West Nile happen to be the second to be visited by you. And as it has already been announced that the next will be Masakasu zone, Your Excellency, as the organizing committee, we are very ready and we are very prepared. Let me take this singular honor and privilege, Your Excellency, to invite you to speak to us. Thank you.
Habari wa wananchi wa Arua, habari Ngonia Nedi Ebinjera and the Koboko one. Adinho. Now the purpose of this trip is to concentrate again. There's somebody translating in something at Rugubara. There are many dialects.
Mr. President, we have many dialects, as you correctly stated, but these are leaders that they all understand English.
Okay. Okay. But then I asked the leaders from the different groups, because my speech will be tape recorded, then each area can get a copy and they go and translate on the local radios. Now, first of all, before I forget, I want to thank the LC1 chairperson, our daughter, and I don't want her to cause me bad luck, so I want to give her her motorcycle now. By giving her 5 million to go and buy the bicycle. Now, today, and in these trips, I'm concentrating on the issue of the wealth for the homesteads. I have been in this struggle for the last 60 plus years. I started in my area, the Ankor area, together with our colleagues, the students, some of whom died in our wars. The problem I saw when I was growing up in Ntungamo was that our part of the country was very rich with a lot of water, with very good soils, very good climate. We had cows, goats, banana plantations, but people had no money. Had no money. In the whole of the Ankara area, there was no cash product, no cash crop. There was only one county, one sub-county called Indonesia, where we had that some families had embarked on coffee. Then in 1958, UDC introduced some tea growing in the Chamhunga area, the area of Bushenyi. Therefore, by 1962 independence, much of Ankole had no cash. Very rich, everything is there, but no cash. Food, a lot of food, but people had also non-food needs, which were not met at all. Now, when I interacted with people from other parts of the country, I heard that some of the areas in Uganda had grown cotton and had grown tobacco, like here in West Nile, and they were getting some money from those. But we decided, because as we were in the school system, we were also learning about other countries in the world, how countries of Europe were transformed from the time of the Renaissance. But here, that transformation was not taking place. So therefore, our student group started sensitizing the people, but also, in a way, conflicting with the chiefs, because what they call in Acholi, they call them Jomukwano, the ones who studied, the educated. In the Bantu dialects, they are called Abasoma versus Abatasoma, the ones who didn't study. I don't know how they call it in Rugubara here. Can somebody tell me?
Abasoma is pastoral lapidary.
Huh?
Abasoma is the person, pastoral lapidary.
Patura?
Onitaberi.
Is what?
Ba onitaberi. Abasoma.
Uh-huh.
Ba onitakokori.
Now the other ones who didn't go to school.
Ba onitakokori.
Somebody write it for me, please.
We are joined by the elders from Aivu. Let me get the writing from them.
So, the educated people in Ankole had a problem. They thought the uneducated could not modernize. But me, I didn't believe that. Because I had seen my mother, who was a traditional woman, but by joining the church, she had become like a modern person. She knew how to read the Bible. She knew how to make sweaters, to do knitting. She introduced hygiene at home. Banyankore used to drink milk without boiling it. She banned it. We had all to boil milk. So these people could change. And some of this change was caused by the church, not even by the government. So we didn't believe that. And therefore, we started preaching. I don't want to go into the details, but unfortunately, because of the political instability between 1966 and 1986, we had to abandon our work and go and to fight, go in the fighting. Now, by independence, the Ugandan economy was being characterized as the economy of the 3 C's and 3 T's. The 3 T's were, 3 C's were coffee, cotton, and copper, and the 3 T's were tobacco, tourism, and tea. This was the money economy. Otherwise, the rest was non-money economy of food and so on. Now, when we had the political troubles between 1966 and 1986, even the money economy collapsed. Cotton collapsed, copper collapsed, tourism collapsed, tea shrunk to 3 million kilograms, only to extent. But even when they were fully functional, by 1969, you can go and check this in the census, only 4% of the homesteads were in the money economy. Those 3 C's and 3 T's were being generated by 4% of the homesteads. You can check the census of 1969. When I last checked, that's what I saw, unless I read badly. You should check that carefully. What was the percentage of the people in the money economy by the census of 1969? Now, when we came into government, 1986, for me, I was already aware of this this problem. Problem number one, the small money economy of the 3 C's and the 3 T's had collapsed. So, what was the NRM plan then? Plan number one was what we call the minimum. We wanted to bring back the 3 C's and the 3 T's, at least up to the 1971 level. Like, as you hear, tea had shrunk from 23 million kilograms of exports to only 3 million kilograms. Coffee is the one which was still at 2 million bags. Tourism had collapsed. The cotton had collapsed. So our plan was bring them back at least up to the 1971 level. And within a short time, we had achieved that. As I speak today, cotton has come back. It's about 200,000 bales. Tea, we are now at 60 million kilograms. We are past the 1971 level of 23 million kilograms. Coffee, we have gone from 2 million bags to now 9 million bags, and we are targeting 12 million bags in the very near future. Tourism, before Corona, we had hit 1.7 million visitors, and we were earning more than $1.6 billion. So the minimum recovery has been achieved. Secondly, we worked for the diversification. We didn't want only to have the 3 C's and the 3 T's, no. We added on new products, sugar, manufacturing, steel products, milk, beef, things which are totally new, which we added. So, minimum recovery, then diversification. I think steel factories, we have something like 20 steel factories. Fish, we have more than 20 fish factories. We have factories for processing bananas. Maize before 1971 was not a cash crop. We are buying maize from Kenya. But now maize is a big cash product. I think now it is second to coffee. Bananas, fruits were, people didn't know that fruits were a cash crop. So we have achieved the minimum recovery of the 1961-71 level, and we have diversified. Thirdly, we have developed, we have expanded. That one has already been implied. We didn't only go back to the 1971 level, like in the case of tea, but we expanded it. So diversification is actually number 3. Number 2 is expansion. Then number 4, infrastructure development. What you are talking about, like the issue of power, electricity, I will check the details tonight. I will speak about it tomorrow in more detail. But that's part of infrastructure. Electricity, the roads, the railway, the piped water, the telephones, the internet, all these are part of the infrastructure, of what we call economic infrastructure. There is the social infrastructure. Social infrastructure is schools, hospitals, and so on. So that one also has developed. That's how we got the tarmac road,
all the way to Oraba from Kampala. I can see the road had become old. I think they are repairing it now. I hope General Katumba talked to you about it. The reconstruction of the road from Karuma to Arua. Now, on the side of electricity, we have much more electricity now. After, as of now, we have a surplus. But the problem is the distribution. But tomorrow I will talk more about it. I will check what's in the file or what the plans are. But in my view, even before I have checked, because I know that at Karuma we've got a lot of power, and we have got this big station. That's the one that's supposed to bring power here. And it's, I will check the latest. I will tell everybody tomorrow. But really, I think the darkness is about to go away. But what I want to find out is how many hours of darkness are remaining. Where are we now? Is it midnight or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? I will check. I will tell you that, please. I have not heard the cock. I have not heard the cock crowing. That means we have got some more hours of darkness. But I can tell you darkness will go away because we have got a lot of power at Karuma, and we are already working on Ayago. Ayago will produce even more power than Karuma. There is Oryang, there is Kiba. These are all points which are a lot of electricity. And also we are looking at the solar power. I think there's even some program here for the solar power here. So the darkness will go, but let me find out. Is it 10 o'clock? Saa 4 za usiku, well, that means you have got another 8 hours of darkness. How are we? Nankawer will tell me. Where are we? Is it 3 o'clock or what? You can tell us.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Arua substation, which will be completed in 2.5 months, this is what I was told this morning, is the one that is going to see power coming here. There is a line which is being constructed from Orio, which is bringing, it's a 132 kVA, which will go up to Adjumani. But the problem that people are raising is the crime I committed when I gave a deadline to commission Nyagag 3 by March. And March passed, and Nyagag 3, which is going to generate 6.6 megawatts, to add on the 3.5 megawatts from Nyagag 1, is not commissioned. And I told them the problem is that I needed 28 billion shillings to fly in the turbines, because I've visited Nyakarak many times. And you have recently written to the Minister of Finance to make sure that that money is released so that we add on the 6.6 megawatts. But you are right. Power from Karuma is already being pulled from one unit, which we synchronize, 75 megawatts from one unit from Karuma. Karuma has 6 units. generating 600 megawatts. That one unit is pouring power in Oruyo substation, which was commissioned on 23rd of March. So I explained to them to be a little bit more patient as we commission the infrastructure that transmits power. Without this infrastructure, we cannot see power.
But the people want to know when they will be linked to the main grid.
Your Excellency, in August this year.
So when it gets to Adjumani, then what happens?
Your Excellency.
The 132. What happens to Nebi? What happens? Because
thank you very much, Your Excellency. Nebi substation is at 85% completed.
And it will get power from where?
Nebi substation will get power from Gulu.
Okay.
Gulu will get power from Kole. These are big infrastructure, big transmission lines, Your Excellency.
Because I will get the details and explain to you
We shall
tomorrow.
have 8 MVA station. The capacity required here today, as I speak, is 11 megawatts. But when all that is completed, we shall see 200 megawatts in this entire region.
Very
So the
good.
infrastructure is being worked.
That's what they want to know. They want to know, what if you say 132 kV is Jumani. The ones of Nebi and Pakwach and Arua say, but Jumani is not here. Jumani is.
But Your Excellency, I explained how power is going to move from Paruma. I mentioned the two
So there will
lines.
be another line. What type of line? 33 kV?
As I speak now,
The one from Guru to Nebi.
Your Excellency, we have a 132 kVA which will even supply industrial parks from Gulu through Oruyo to Nebi to Arua to Adjumani.
Ajumani tena.
But yes, Your Excellency, from
So
Arua to
you said Guru Ajumani, which means Guru Atiak Ajumani. Then now you are saying what? You go. You know, these young people, they don't know how to explain. I will study it and explain to you tomorrow. Because when you want to sit down. Because when you want to help somebody, you should try to understand the questions in his or her mind. These people of Arua, what are they worried about? Then you answer it. But if you talk about other things, they will remain not clear. So, we shall check the plans, because what we want is enough power here. I have been handling this program for a long time. The original problem was that the demand of electricity in West Nile was small. It was like 1 megawatt, 2 megawatts. So at that time, there was the problem of trying to get power from Lila. Lira all the way to here. It's a long distance. And the problem was, if you put 33 kV from Lira to here, this power comes leaking like water leaks out of a calabash. And by the time it gets here, it will be finished. So you couldn't use the small caliber 33 kV. But then you could also not bring the 132 kV, because that one brings a lot of electricity when the demand was small. So that's why that time we went for the Nyagak. Nyagak would produce 8 megawatts, I think, eventually, and that's enough to deal with the demand locally until the demand picks up. But now the demand is picking up, and we are talking of industrial parks, so we need more electricity. Therefore, tomorrow I will be able to inform you the plans to link the two parts of West Nile to the national grid. The Adjuman part through Gulu, and the Nebi Arua Koboko part through somewhere else. So don't get worried. That's why we are all here. We shall give you the answers. So achievement number 4 is that we have been able to develop, repair, and develop the infrastructure. And number 5, we are even developing economy of a new type. Like for instance, we are building motor vehicles. You have heard of Chira, electric vehicle. You have heard of the buses. You have heard of the minibuses. You have heard of the motorcycles, electric motorcycles. So we are not only bringing back the old economy and expanding it and diversifying it, but we are building even a modern, knowledge-based, skills-based economy of vehicles, of vaccines, or pharmaceuticals. But in all this, I always see a problem. It has been growing at the rate of 7.2% for the last the educated Ba Onita Berry and Ba Onita Kokori. So I don't want the Ba Onita to upon the Ba Onita Kokori. Those Ba Onita Kokori, if you explain to them, they would understand. When fighting, the soldier that was leading, many of them were Ba Onita Kokori. But we were able to beat the ones in the barracks who were educated. So please, be careful about the Ba Onita Kokori. Be careful about them. Because I am here, I am not dead, I don't remember my people of Ruero, the soldiers. When I try to think in my head, I can only remember two who had done O level. One was in the, I forgot. One of the, he had done S4. There was another boy from Chikandwa, he had done S4. All the others had never gone to P7 or beyond P7. But they were able to fight. I was able to teach them all sorts of guns. So please be careful about Ba Onita Kokori. So, although the economy has been growing at a very high rate, there are people who write in a paper called, this other paper, Monitor. There are a number of people who write there. These people are really evil, and I don't know why our people don't answer them. There's one who wrote last day. I would have when I get time. You know, when it comes to the, I cannot be a dangerous fighter. So the economy has been growing at a very fast rate. 7.4% average per year from in the last 37 years. You go and check. I don't think there are many countries in the world which have done that. 7.4% is a very high rate of growth. And the slowdown was caused by our confused people who blocked Bujagari, and we didn't build it in time. And you remember we had a problem of the power shortage, the load shedding of 2005 and 6 and all that. However, in spite of this growth in the economy, by 2013, only 32% of the homesteads were in the money economy. So the economy is growing all right, but the people involved are only 32% of the total population. 68% are outside. They are just spectating. What do you call spectators? Not players. In Rugubara, those who are watching the game. Huh? Does my daughter of Arua, the woman MP, does she know any Rugubara well? What is her name? Do you speak Rugubara, my daughter?
Yes, Your Excellency.
What do you call the players and the spectators?
Nezu nene.
Huh?
Nezu.
Nevu?
Nezu.
Nezu?
Yes.
The players?
Yes. Nezu nene, yes, it's Nezu.
Okay, ones who know better Rugubara, come.
Excellency, my name is Atima Jackson, Member of Parliament, Arua Central, where we are. Players are Ba Abeba
Ba
Abeba
somebody write it for me, please. And the spectators?
Spectators, Ba Nebadi.
Now,
you very much, Your Excellency.
you write them for me. Now, the economy is growing very fast, and you can all see that problems were solved. We used to have shortages of commodities. If you got the shops, they are now all full. But still, only 32% of the people are in the money economy. 68% are spectators. So that's why, right from the beginning, I didn't accept that. Because I had fought it in Ankole, because the Onita Beri of Ankole, we used to say that the Onita Kokori of Ankole cannot change. I said, no, they can change. You just need to talk to them and make them understand. And that's what I did. If you got that area now, you will think that many of the people are educated people when they are not. They are just through NRM education. They have very good houses, permanent houses, brick houses, mabati houses, tile houses, solar power, income. You find somebody is selling 500 liters, 300 liters of milk per day because of sensitization. So therefore, once the experiment in Ankole succeeded, in 1995, you remember I toured the whole country and I was telling you, all of you, how to join the money economy. And in the 1996 manifesto, we put in what we call the 4 acres plan, 4 acres model. And from that time, we brought money in Tandikwa, microfinance, PMA, Plan for Modernization of Agriculture, NADS, and eventually we brought Operation Wealth Creation in 2013. I had to involve soldiers. And the struggle there is to make sure that we don't have spectators. Spectators are for football. For economy, we don't need spectators. Economy, we need only players. Except all the people who are retired, those are the ones that can be spectators. But find a spectator who is 20 years old. He's spectating others making money and he's just spectating. That's not acceptable. So that's how I had to involve the army. And the army did a good job. From what I hear now, is that the spectators have reduced from 68% to 39%. And you can see it, like the coffee, there's much more coffee now. Coffee has gone from 2 million bags to now almost 9 million bags. Because of that, the spectators have entered the field, they are also playing. So the volume of coffee has gone up. But now a new problem came. Because our army is very well respected. It's not corrupt. There are some people who are trying to bring in corruption, but we detect them quickly to steal army fuel, to steal army rations, to divert training programs, but we detect them quickly. So when they were in the Operation Wealth Creation, I started hearing our people in Uganda saying, Bega Biraboka, that our soldiers Because you remember they were the ones distributing seedlings. Seedlings will be bought by NADS, given to the soldiers distribute them. And they decide whom to give and whom not to give. Now that one was now bringing complaints. I would hear people in Uganda saying, Bega Viraboka. They only give to themselves or to their relatives. Then I also started hearing they bring balete bifu. They bring seedlings which are not good. Now, that's how we decided to go for the PDM. That's why we said, you people, why should the soldiers be the ones to distribute things to you? Why should NADS be the one to distribute, to buy for you? You are here, you are years and above. You do the things yourselves. All wealth creators in the parish, above 18, the ones who want to engage in especially agriculture, you join the parish circle. Join the parish circle. These people, I'm sure I've told you how you join the circles. I think you join according to the activity you are doing. The ones of coffee join, the ones of this join. But all the people who want to engage in wealth creation in the parish join the circle. All who want to join. For us, we shall bring you 100 million shillings each year and give it to you, to your circle. The circle has got many things to do, has got coffee, fruits, banana, different things. But you are all members of they will tell you how you join the circle. I will also be there listening tomorrow. The details of how you join. But the money will be on your account. Your account of the cow, not the account of NADS, no, your circle account. Once, through they will tell you the committees, I will be listening also tomorrow. The committee of the parish, the membership of the circle, I think, the leadership. Now, the circle members elect their leaders. Who can tell us there? The secretariat person. You tell me that, those details.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Earlier on in the day, I think it was in the morning, we went through these phases that we're talking about. But for purposes of clarity, I can go through them again.
Just summary for me.
Yes. Your Excellency, on the 22nd of August, you approved the phases that we're supposed to go through. Phase 1 was about community mobilization and sensitization that you're talking about on cooperatives and holding the first general meeting.
But don't waste my time with those.
Yes.
Just, how do I join a circle?
So that's how you're doing the circle. So we mobilize people in the village, okay, and then we put them through enterprise groups. These enterprise groups are according to the different enterprises that you guide, the 7 of them. That is coffee, dairy, poultry, piggery, fish farming, fruits,
and food crops. And the food crops are, of course, wine, both food security but also income generation. So once we organize them into enterprise groups, we then we then take them to the circle, to the parish.
So the circle is the total of all the
enterprise groups.
Okay.
In the circle, yes.
And they are the ones who elect their leaders.
Exactly. So when they get to the circle, they elect leaders. That is, in the special general meeting, they elect leaders of the circle. And the circle leaders are members of those enterprise groups from the villages. So thereafter, we then
So they are the ones to open the account.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. So now you can hear that here we are saying we want to help you. You form your organization, which we call a circle, elect your leaders, we shall give the money to you, to your account. Now, you are the ones, we put 100 million each year. That time when we calculated, we thought that each borrower getting about 1 million shillings would be a good beginning. I think we have had people talking of 1 million, 1 million. The reason we talked of 1 million, we are using an example of coffee. Because to plant an acre of coffee, you need 450 seedlings. And at that time, you could buy 450 seedlings of coffee with 180,000 shillings. So if you had borrowed 1 million, you would use 180,000 to buy the seedlings, and you remain with 820,000 to do other things, to dig holes and all that. That's why we talked of the 1 million. Don't take it as a must, but it was just an example. If you don't want to borrow up to 1 million, you can borrow 200,000, what you want. Or if you think they can borrow more, then you have to consult us and we see. But we use that figure of 1 million, 1 million. Now, if we use that figure of 1 million, that means that in a year, in a parish, you can handle 100 homes. 100 homesteads, 100 borrowers. And in some of these parishes, like in Buganda, you would have about 1,200 homesteads. How many homesteads do we have in parishes here? What is the average homesteads per parish here in Arua? From the town, he doesn't know.
So now, Mayor, you saved cow. You're still on the hook. That is the LC5 chairman. Say, are you okay with the LC5? LC5 chairman. Varua district.
Fine, if he's, yes, he's the one who was elected.
In Arua district, a parish comprises of around 2,300 to 2,600
households. Okay. So, if we handle like 100 per year, we know it doesn't cover everybody. But, and please don't fight, because you start, let the 100 start this year. And then next year, another 100, because each year we are adding more money. This year, 100 million. Next year, another 100 million. And in 4 years, 400 million. And this money is not going back to the center. And it's not going to the district. It is staying in your parish. So, the one who borrowed 1 million in 2021, because we are dealing with crops, I think it's better we agree that he pays maybe after 2 years or 3 years. We need to agree on that, because you can't say pay in 1 year because he has not yet started harvesting. We are talking about crops, and it's better in the regulations you make it clear that the payment is after starting harvesting. Whether he pays all of it or in installments, that one you can discuss. But the point is that in 4 years' time, you, the parish people, you'll be having your own bank of 400 million shillings. And by the 4th year, you have handled 400 homesteads. But now, the ones who borrowed first in the first year are beginning to pay back. They are beginning to pay back. So after you will end up handling more people, because each year we shall be adding money. 100 million, 100 million. In 6 years' time, you will be having 600 million shillings original. But if you include paying back, then the money will be more. Now, I have heard some people confusing it. There are some programs like in Acholi called Bolichup. They are village saving groups. So they were saying, why don't we have Bolichups? Why don't you put this money in Bolichups? The answer is no. Because Bolichup is about what we call miscellaneous. Ekora ku buli kintu. You borrow for burying people. You borrow for marriages. You borrow for I don't know what. Here we are saying no, this is not miscellaneous. This is borrowing for only activities, enterprises that we are sure have a national demand and an international demand, and are also high paying even when you do them on a small scale. So it is a targeted intervention. It's don't mix it up with these other things. So you borrow to buy seedlings to plant coffee, to buy seedlings to plant fruits, the 7 activities. for the smaller people. The 7 activities were identified for the people with small acreage of land. The ones with big acreage, they can do other things also. They can do sugar cane, they can do ranching and so on. So really this is the issue. Now I don't want anybody to come and mix up with other things. Now the corrupt people who have been diverting this money will pay. They will suffer. Because that's why I am making these tours. Tomorrow I will hear directly from the people. The business conference, that's good, but I wanted to finish early. But I hear the people. I want to hear the people what they are saying. To ask them what's happening here, what's happening there. Because they are my whistleblowers. And don't fear exposing corrupt people. The corrupt people are nothing. Their only safety is because you don't expose them. You keep quiet about them. You are the ones protecting them. When I was in Gulu area, I got information, I followed it up, and I'm going for each one of them. My State House anti-corruption team is already there. So please, this program is to help you grow coffee, grow fruits. If you want to start poultry, you want to start piggery, fish farming, we may have to help you. Those who want to do fish farming, you people who are implementing it, don't be mechanical. You think, analyze, and advise us correctly. Because fish farming means digging fish ponds, and done by 1 million shillings. We may need more to do that. So the people can express their wish, but we bring our equipment to the government to do the fish ponds. Them do fish ponds, then they can now use the 1 million to buy the fish, whatever, the calves of the fish. What do you call the fingerlings? But I'm sure fish have got calves also. So therefore, this PDM is not only for poverty eradication, is not only for bringing people in the money economy, but is for bringing them in the money economy in targeted enterprises, many of which have got a globe in English. He's saying that people can be rich, everybody. Lonyo, Pidano, Duchu, everybody being rich. Actually, in the 1960s, people were laughing at me. When I was talking like that, that's how they started calling me a communist. They said, Kabuta's son has become a communist. He's saying that all people must be equal. It's impossible. I said, no, it's possible. All people can get out of poverty. So now, today when I came, I went to Madi Okoro. Do you know Madi Okoro? Have you ever been there? It is very far away from Kampala. I found there a man called Swibe. Swibe now has 30 acres of mangoes oranges, and he's starting other enterprises like fish farming and so on. And he's getting 20 million shillings from 1 acre of oranges. And he's expecting about 40 million from 1 acre of mangoes. This is the man who started with very, very little. He was in a grass hut. He has now built 2 modern houses. So I visited him, I thanked him, we took photographs, you will see them on the TV. Then I went to another person. This one is a bigger person, he's a rancher. Somebody tell me his name.
Mr. President, he's called Moses Obeta.
Obeta. Obeta. And he's getting very good money. Then from there, I went to Nebi. And I found one of these civil servants, I've not been happy with them because they were not part of wealth creation. And for me, anybody who is not part of wealth creation, I don't respect. Because I am the first person in my home, in my family, to be in the government. When I say people, Museveni has been in government for long, I don't need to be in the government. But I had to come into the government because the ones who were there had failed. Otherwise, I don't need to be in the government. My children, the only one who is in the government is Mohozi. You go and ask my girls, who is working for the government? They are all doing their own things. So, wealth creation is the strength of the country. And the wealth creators, there are 4 of us. We the farmers, the manufacturers, the service providers, and the ICT people. Now, but I visited my commissioner of survey. What his name is? The one from Nebi. Kerry.
He's called Gilbert Kerimundo.
Kerimundo.
Gilbert
Kerimundo. What do these are rules? There was another one called Orwar Mundu. What does it mean? Mundu means what? There was another one called Orwar Mundo. Then there is Kerimundo.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is B. Lawrence Songa, MP for Rak Zumbo. Orwar Mundo means you fear the white people, or you fear the white.
Ooh.
Mundo is the white.
Oh.
The white.
And Kerimundo?
Kerimundo, Ker is like the throne, and then the throne of the white.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
So, Kerimundo is our commission of survey. But apparently he comes from this area, and he has got a big farm there of mangoes, of goats, of pigs, fish farming. He told me I'd even grown coffee, and he's getting a lot of money there. Much more money than he's getting as a civil servant. Much more money. Now lastly, I visited a young boy here, near Ombachi, called Bayo, with his wife. They started when they were to university, and they are growing mangoes, and they have also got pigs. And they are doing very well. So therefore, I think now I am excused from Enzo. I am no longer Alagoba because I have got witnesses who can prove that you can have Lonyo deep in Madiokoro, even when there is no road there, because pigs don't need a very good road to go to the market. Pigs are not going to go on a strike. Say, oh, we are not going to the market, there is no tarmac road. So please, stop using excuses. Mangoes, that road there, can bring the mangoes. So therefore, as I told them, I told Kerumundu that now I have got Lapogne, that's what they call him in Luo, a teacher. I have local teachers there, Kerumundu there, the people like Swaib, like Bayo, and what I really appeal for the NRM especially. And I was very happy to hear, I think it was the chairperson, LC1, who was saying that the NRM people, LC persons should be role models. They should also get money from this and also participate. They shouldn't be excluded. So therefore, I am here to check on this. Tomorrow we shall get a report which parishes have succeeded, which ones still have a problem, and why. The money is there, it will come each year, so the struggle is now for the people to understand. I thank you, and I wish you a good night. We shall meet tomorrow. The players are called Ba, Aviba, Diyi, and the spectators are Ba, Meba, Diyi. Our the four.
Let us clap our hands for the President of the Republic of Uganda. Before we sing the anthem, I just wanted to tell you that Honorable Chris Karemuzi joined us since yesterday and she was with us on the radio talk shows, and he is here. Honorable Chris, thank you very much. Your Excellency, Mama Janet Museveni did send the Minister for Education to make a presentation on the status of education. Minister of Education, the anthems. Anthems, DJ.
we shall be able to hear from the people. We shall be able to speak to different that we have here on some of the points that need to be taken home. And those who have not been able to follow, you have to know that it's already 7 p.m. It is time for our nightcast, and I will be having some with our leaders right here. We are glad that you're still watching Western Television, and we thank you very much. You have to know that we do live golf ground right here as the different leaders depart to their different places. We really, appreciate and we really acknowledge the presence of different from different countries, and we shall also be able to speak to the leaders right here. And if my producer can really shift the gear to the all right, we do thank you, and we thank you very much. We do appreciate you very much. We shall be able to do some interviews with the different leaders right here as I look around to get the leaders that we shall have, and we shall be able to tell you later on, dear viewer, on this particular visit of the President of the Republic of Uganda this around. All right, let's get to other, events taking place around. If my camera person can really turn around and how people are really disembarking, it will be a very nice one right there. What I say?